Welcome back to Silver Screen Talks. In a world of ruthless assassins and high-stakes betrayal, one man's fight for survival turns into a deadly game of deception. Meet Bishop, a master of shadows, caught between the lethal demands of a crime lord and a desperate quest to save a life. With time running out and danger at every turn, will Bishop complete his mission or pay the ultimate price? Dive into the ultimate thriller, where every second counts. New to the channel? Hit that subscribe button. We bring you amazing movies with detailed explanation which you won't want to miss out. The story begins with a man named Arthur Bishop. He lives on his yacht by the sea. Then he sets out from his yacht to go somewhere. Bishop has a bomb already installed on his yacht, and whenever he goes out, he activates it to ensure that no one can enter his yacht without his permission. Then he leaves on his motorcycle. He goes to a restaurant where everyone already knows him, and the manager has reserved his usual sea-facing table for him. Just then, a girl comes and sits down in front of Bishop, telling him that she has been looking for him for a while. She says that she has a job offer for him. Her boss wants Bishop to kill 3 people in a way that makes it look like an accident, because he's skilled at that. In fact, Bishop has been hiding his identity and living in Brazil for the past 5 months, and the girl knows this. She threatens him that if he refuses to do the job, she will reveal to his enemies that he is alive and hiding in Brazil, since he had previously faked his own death to escape. At that moment, Bishop notices that the girl has some companions who are also watching him. Suddenly, he pulls out his phone and takes a picture of the girl. As the girl tries to draw her gun, Bishop attacks her. Seeing this, the girl's associates pounce on Bishop, but he takes them down one by one. Bishop then sees more thugs coming up from below to capture him, so he jumps off the wall and grabs onto a cable car. The girl and her team chase after him, but Bishop manages to escape. That night, as Bishop was heading back to his yacht, he noticed 2 people already searching it. Without wasting any time, Bishop took out his phone and activated the bomb on the yacht, causing an explosion. Afterward, he arrived at the container port, where he had a hideout in one of the containers. Bishop grabbed one of his many passports and some money, then burned all his Brazilian identity documents along with the Brazilian passport. Next, Bishop traveled to Thailand, where he met his friend May. He told May that he needed to find someone before they found him, and then he would leave. May reassured him not to worry and led him to his room. Bishop then inquired about the girl he had seen in Brazil. After searching, he discovered that she actually worked for a man named Crane. The following day, a girl named Gina came to May asking for a first aid kit. Gina claimed to be a tourist staying on a boat. That night, May heard sounds of a struggle coming from Gina's boat and ran to Bishop for help. May told Bishop that people on the boat were attacking a girl and begged him to rescue her. Initially, Bishop refused, but after May's insistence, he agreed. When Bishop reached the boat, he saw a man violently attacking a girl. The girl was none other than Gina. Despite Bishop's attempts to reason with the man, he refuses to listen and even threatens to kill Bishop. When the man attacks Bishop, Bishop manages to knock him out, but it happens accidentally, leading to the man's death. By then, May also arrives at the scene. Bishop picks up Gina and tells May to take her with her. Bishop then begins to search the boat and finds Gina's passport and cell phone, which contains a picture of himself. Furious, Bishop returns and asks May where Gina is. He then confronts Gina and questions why her phone has a picture of him. Bishop demands to know if she works for Crane. Gina, frightened, reveals that Crane has been blackmailing her. She explains that everything that happened was part of Crane's plan to get Gina to meet Bishop. Gina was instructed to befriend Bishop, gain his trust, and then call a specific number once she had succeeded. After that, she would be free. However, Bishop is skeptical of her story. The next day, Bishop investigates Gina and learns that she is a humanitarian who runs a shelter for orphaned children. Convinced by her background, Bishop returns to Gina and asks her why Crane is blackmailing her. Gina explains that she runs a shelter for trafficking victims in Cambodia. Crane had one of her staff members kidnapped, beaten to death, and then dumped in front of Gina's home. He threatened her that if she did not comply with his demands, he would do the same to the children in her shelter. The next day, Bishop notices a boat heading toward an island with several men keeping watch. He immediately goes to Gina and informs her that they are being watched. Bishop suggests that they should follow Crane's instructions and pretend to be friends. They then go to May's bar and put on an act, pretending to be close friends. Later, Crane's men arrive on the island and surround Bishop and Gina. Bishop fights them off, but they forcibly abduct Gina and take her onto their boat, capturing Bishop in the process. Crane's men bring Bishop to Crane. Upon seeing Bishop, Crane remarks that they are meeting after 12 years and that Bishop hasn't changed at all. Bishop demands to know where Gina is. Crane tells him that to get Gina back, he must kill 3 people. Crane then provides Bishop with information about his first target, Krill, who is a notorious arms dealer and mass murderer currently imprisoned in Malaysia. Crane also gives Bishop a tracking device and instructs him to use it after completing the job. Crane's men will then retrieve Bishop from the location. Crane ends by emphasizing that if Bishop wants to save Gina, he must complete the tasks Crane has set for him. Meanwhile, Gina is being held captive on Crane's yacht. Bishop begins his mission to eliminate Crane's first target, Krill. He discovers that Krill is imprisoned on a remote island, in a high-security prison situated atop a cliff over 100 meters high, surrounded by shark-infested waters, making it nearly impossible to infiltrate. Bishop investigates and identifies a gangster with a distinctive tattoo. He studies the gangster's details meticulously and decides to assume the gangster's identity. To complete the transformation, Bishop replicates the gangster's tattoo on his own face. He then purchases the necessary equipment for his mission. The next day, Bishop walks the streets dressed as the gangster, and the police, mistaking him for the real gangster, arrest him. Bishop is sent to the prison where Krill is held. Inside the prison, Bishop observes that Krill is always surrounded by his bodyguards. He learns from another inmate that Krill is a notorious criminal and that several inmates have tried to kill him before. When another attempt on Krill's life occurs, Bishop intervenes and saves him. Impressed by Bishop's actions, Krill invites him to dine with him. During the meal, Bishop carefully kills Krill, making it look as though Krill died from poisoned food. Afterward, Bishop detonates an explosion to blow a hole in the prison wall and swallows the tracking device Crane had given him, allowing Crane's men to locate him. Bishop then jumps into the sea. As soon as Crane's men learn of Krill's death, they quickly reach Bishop's location by boat and rescue him. Bishop requests to speak with Crane. On the call, Bishop informs Crane that he has completed the first task and demands to speak with Gina. Gina tells Bishop that Crane has given him just 36 hours to kill the next target, or Crane will have her killed. Crane informs Bishop about his second target, Adrian Cook. Cook is a billionaire who accumulated his wealth through human trafficking and exploitation of sex workers. Reaching him is extremely difficult because he resides on the 58th floor of a building in Australia. The entire building is bulletproof, heavily guarded, and equipped with biometric sensors and retina readers, making it nearly impossible to hack. Bishop begins by gathering detailed information about both Cook and his building. He then goes to the building to view an apartment for sale. While a lady shows him the apartment, Bishop manages to take a photo of the apartment key and also replicates the building's blueprint. Next, Bishop creates a bomb designed to shatter glass. The following day, he infiltrates the building disguised as a cleaner. Using the stolen key, he enters the apartment he had previously viewed. Bishop then opens a window and climbs up the building. He reaches the top floor, where Cook has a glass pool. Bishop places a small bomb underneath the glass pool. When Cook arrives to swim, Bishop activates the bomb. The explosion causes the glass pool to crack, and Cook falls to his death from the building. Afterwards, Bishop descends and exits the building. Pleased with Adrian Cook's death, Crane instructs his associate to arrange a call between Gina and Bishop. Gina cleverly manipulates the camera to point towards the boat's hull number and subtly directs Bishop's attention. Bishop quickly contacts the harbor master's office and locates the boat using the hull number. He then arrives by helicopter to rescue Gina and defeat several of Crane's thugs, but ultimately he is captured. Crane gives Bishop a final warning. He is sparing him this time, but if Bishop attempts anything like this again, Gina will be killed, and Bishop will be responsible for her death. Bishop's final mission is to eliminate Max, who lives in a building situated atop a mountain and also houses a submarine factory with large missiles hidden inside. Infiltrating Max's building is nearly impossible. Bishop has only 48 hours to complete the mission. During his investigation, Bishop learns that Max has ordered a helicopter. Seizing the opportunity, Bishop decides to hide in the helicopter and ride it to Max's building. Once he arrives, Bishop immediately jams all the building's cameras, causing chaos. In response to the camera blackout, Max's security team takes him to a safe room. Bishop, having anticipated this, creates an explosion in the elevator to further disrupt the building. Despite the chaos, Max manages to reach the safe room. Bishop is already inside the safe room when Max arrives. Bishop reveals his plan to Max and tells him that if he values his life, he must assist Bishop in killing Crane. Max agrees to cooperate. Bishop's plan is to have Max's body discovered by Crane's men. When they come to check on Max, Crane will be alone on his boat, and Bishop intends to kill Crane then. Bishop and Max stage Max's death, and as the explosion occurs, Bishop manages to transport Max to a secluded island. Bishop then calls Crane, informing him of Max's supposed death and demanding that Gina be released. However, Crane insists on seeing Max's body first. Bishop tells Crane that Max's body is in the submarine. As anticipated, Crane sends his men to Max's building to confirm the body. Bishop, having already rigged the building with bombs, opens fire on Crane's men as they arrive, killing them all. Crane watches the scene unfold through the building's cameras. Bishop then makes his way to Crane's boat and eliminates all the guards there. During the chaos, Gina is accidentally shot. Seeing the situation escalate, Crane activates the bombs on his boat. Bishop quickly rescues Gina and places her in a compartment that detaches from the boat before the explosion. Bishop and Crane engage in a final battle. Bishop manages to chain Crane up, but just as the fight is reaching its climax, the boat explodes. Gina survives and Max is also safe. However, when the wreckage of Crane's boat is recovered, Max's men report that both Crane and Bishop are dead. Gina is devastated by the news of Bishop's death. Some days later, Gina returns to her shelter and resumes caring for the children. One day, she is astonished to see someone she thought she'd never see again. The man is none other than Bishop, who has survived and is alive. So this was the end of the movie. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then hit the thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Stay tuned for more detailed explanation of movies. Thanks for watching.